every single holiday that we celebrate is celebrating one of the 7 deadly sins. Valentine's Day represents lust. Thanksgiving, that celebrates the sin of
gluttony, yeah,
because you're eating a lot. You're overeating. Christmas, what do you think that is?
Greed,
overconsumption, and excess. Celebrating gifts. We're not really even celebrating like the birth of Christ because people are so focused on the gifts and shit. The holiday of Easter, what sin would it be? Say it's envy.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, Seekers. You guys already know what we do here, man. We bet down scary and creepy videos, man, on and on the web, from YouTube videos to TikTok videos to IG reels. We have it all here, man, on this channel. Like I said, thank you guys who's been tapping in with us, man, and subbing up to us, man. You seeking the truth, just like you. And once again, as you guys can see, I changed my layout. Tell me what you guys think of this design down below. It fills up the full screen, so no more of that extra space. Just check it out.
Human body you didn't know. Your nose can recognize over 50,000 different smells. And whenever you smell something, you never forget it. Next, did you know it's impossible to tickle yourself? Go ahead, try it. Moving on, your brain uses around 20% of the oxygen you breathe. Meaning, if you don't get enough oxygen to your brain, there's a high chance you could get brain damage. And did you know the human heart actually beats over 100,000 times a day? I just find it so crazy. But what I find crazier is that you're taller in the morning than you are at night. So if you need to measure yourself no matter where, do it in the morning.
Okay, the thing that got to me was when saying that heart beats over like 100,000 times per day. I never knew that, bro. Man, goes to show you, bro, how hard the freaking human body actually works, man, to keep you sustained and alive. It's freaking crazy, bro. Like I said, man, I'm just like you guys. I'm a fellow seeker, just like you, man. I be learning new facts every single day, and I incorporate them into my freaking everyday life, bro. Like I said, man, wow. The seekers, bro, when you tap in with us, man, you're gonna learn new information, bro, every single day. Tell me if you guys learned something new, bro.
This might be the most brutal way somebody has ever died, and whatever you do, don't look up the picture. Octavio de Silva was a 20-year-old soccer referee in Brazil, and on June 30th, 2013, he was refereeing a soccer game when he sent off a player named Josmir Santos Abreu, who was 31 years old. He refused to leave the field and began a fight with the referee. Abreu threw a punch which made Octavio draw a knife from his pocket and repeatedly stab Abreu. Abreu died on the way to the hospital, and when fans watching the game, including Abreu's family and friends, found out about his death, they invaded the field and stoned Octavio before decapitating him, and then ripping his limbs from his body with just their strength and no weapons, and then put his head on a stick in the middle of the field. And what makes this worse is that a graphic video surfaced online shortly after the incident, showing medical personnel reassembling Octavio's body. The video and pictures are extremely disturbing, and I don't recommend looking them up. The way his limbs looked after being ripped off is extremely unsettling to look at, because you see strings of flesh, tissue, and bone because it wasn't cut off properly and it was just ripped off. This case is absolutely awful, but why did Octavio pull out a knife when somebody just punched him? If he didn't stab Josmir Abreu to death, he would still be alive today. But just imagine being literally ripped limb from limb by an angry group of soccer fans, and there's nothing you can do as they pull your body apart. Doctors couldn't
It's a freaking just insane freaking case, bro. Like, I guess, do you know how much strength you had to have? Like they said, they had no weapons. They literally like pulled his freaking body apart, man. And it was over a freaking soccer game as well, bro. Like, it's not that damn freaking serious, bro. Like I said, bro, people, man, or fans, bro, you know, when they, I guess, playing a sport and their favorite play gotta get taken out because they did a foul or something like that, bro, like, it really affects people, man. But to hear, like you said, it started over punching, he just stabbed him. I'm like, what the hell, bro? I wonder if that was, like he said, I wonder if that was live too, because he said the freaking footage surfaced a couple of days later after that freaking gruesome attack, bro. Like you said, the lady had to put his body together, man. They like stoned him, bro. I'm like, what the hell, man? The question I'm asking, like, how the other players and stuff, I guess they just let that freaking happen, man. Everybody, they just sat there and watched as that happened, bro. That's the real question we need to be asking.
Explain why this kid was sick until they see what the school was serving. This is Chen, and he was a second grader who moved from Beijing to Seattle back in 2019. He started school just like any other kid, but he was immediately outcasted. Since he couldn't speak English perfectly, all of the students and teachers were treating him horribly. But things only got worse from there because Chen started to feel extremely sick. Every day he would come home with rashes and a burning fever. But then he'd wake up fine the next day, go back to school, and the cycle would start again. This kept happening for 3 weeks until Chen's mom finally decided to take him to the doctor. They found out it was actually food poisoning causing Chen's sickness every single day. So they sent a health inspector to check out the school's kitchen. Now, at first, everything appeared to be normal. But when she took one look into the soup bowl, she immediately called the police. They found thousands of spider eggs. Kids had been mixing it into the soup each day.
Let's talk about this.
What the hell? I remember freaking being in school, but I remember, bro, I was not a freaking fan of freaking at school lunch, bro. Because of freaking cases like that, man. Like you said, spider eggs, bro. Who in a right mind was mixing spider eggs in a damn soup? And he was getting sick, bro. Like, it was a cycle. It was, like you said, good for a couple of days, then sick, good, then sick, bro. Like, man. Thankfully, I guess, like, he survived because nothing happened. Like, imagine what happens if he can, like, hatch the side of him, bro. Whew, some chills down my damn spine, man. That's why I said, bro, be worried about that school lunch, bro. I'm sorry, man. If you're in school, you're sending kids to school, bro, I recommend, man, sending them with some lunch, bro. Homemade lunch from the house, bro. Do not trust school lunch, bro. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's not the right move.
This picture. This is why if I ever have kids, I'll never let them use the bathroom alone. A 7-year-old girl and her mom were headed to Target, and she was getting some clothes for school. Her mom also wanted to grab some snacks for movie night. So while her mom went to go grab popcorn and other snacks, she told her daughter to go pick out clothes for school. When her daughter finally finished and picked out the clothes, she went up to her mom and said something strange happened. A sad pale lady had came up to her, telling her that she wished she could have her own daughter that looked just like her. The mom, who thought the daughter was just joking around, laughed it off and said, "Let's go." While heading to the register, the daughter shook her mom and said, "That's the lady who told me she wanted a daughter just like me," pointing at a mannequin. The mom laughed, thinking the daughter was still being silly. You know how kids have wild imaginations, always playing around. While at the register, the daughter had to go to the bathroom. So the mom told her to hurry up. It was only a couple hours down, by the way. While in the bathroom, the daughter texted the mom saying the pale lady's in here who wanted a daughter. The mom, trying to get in a rush back home to her other kids, said, "Hurry up, we have to go. Stop playing around." 10 minutes later, and the daughter never came out. The mother, who was waiting outside the bathroom at this time, rushes in the bathroom to see what the heck is going on. The daughter was nowhere to be found. She even checked the stalls to see if her daughter was hiding, standing on a toilet or something. On one of the stalls, she found her daughter's cell phone on the floor. By the way, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below your favorite fruit. Mine is mangoes. When she checked her phone, this was the last image found in it. Police still to this day have no explanation on what happened to that little girl.
Freaking bone-chilling story, bro. Goes to show you, man, like I said, sometimes, you know how sometimes, like I said, I guess parents, they don't, I guess, listen to kids, because like you said, they think they're just playing around or it's their imagination, but no, sometimes the kids, what they saying is true, man. You gotta take heed to their word, bro. Because like I said, that's speaking one of my freaking worst fears, man. Like, you could just be here 1 minute and gone the next, because somebody just freaking snatched you up, bro. And the mom thought, yeah, like that her daughter was freaking playing the game, but clearly wasn't. I gotta do some more research in that case, man. He said she's still going to this day. I wonder if she ever found her daughter, bro. That woman, man, she was the freaking key, bro. She said the daughter was pointing to the mannequin, but maybe that could have just been a metaphor for something else, bro. Who knows?
Every single holiday that we we celebrate is celebrating one of the 7 deadly sins. Valentine's Day represents lust. Thanksgiving, that celebrates the sin of
Gluttony, yeah,
because you're eating a lot. You're overeating. Christmas, what do you think that is?
Greed?
Greed, overconsumption, and excess. Celebrating gifts. We're not really even celebrating like the birth of Christ because people are so focused on the gifts and shit. The holiday of Easter, what sin would it be? Say it's envy. Because the Romans were jealous of Jesus, so they murdered him. Oh, it's crazy. St. Patrick's Day, it's sloth. Because people get blacked out drunk.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Now Halloween is what? It's wrath. So scaring and hurting people for fun. With masks, it's wrath. The sin of pride.
Okay, what's that?
Oh, nah, we're not even gonna say that.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I never even thought about it like that, but he just freaking expanded my mind. If you think about it, like I said, these holidays, they do represent, I guess, the basis behind them of what they're meant for. They do kind of represent, I guess, which, I guess the sense he was talking about, bro. Like I said, all secrets, bro. When I watch these videos, man, with y'all, I'm just like one of y'all, bro. I'm learning new information, man. Just try to incorporate it, bro, in freaking everyday life, man. Whoa. Because that makes sense. He said Thanksgiving, freaking gluttony. Because that does make sense. Because on Thanksgiving, man, people, they eating a lot of food, bro, and sometimes it's excessive, man. Because you know they eating too much. And Christmas is greed because you know you're getting all those presents stuff, like I said, but you're not even celebrating. I guess he said what you're supposed to be. You're just celebrating that you're getting the gifts. And he said Easter was envy because the Romans were envious of Jesus. Expanding my knowledge base, seekers. That's what we gotta do, man. That freaking young, bro. Is it a blood on his hand? That's how the way that freaking that dog freaking reacted, man. I'm guessing, bro, it was picking up the scent, bro, of her in the freaking trash can, man. But the hitman, he said he was only 14 years old, bro. Doing acts like that, man. What makes that even go into their freaking mind, man, to do something like that, bro? You saw the way that how the video was starting on, man. Like he was ducking around the corners, just watching, and then when he put down his head, man, you know he had freaking devious thoughts in his damn mind, bro. And look what happened at the end result, man. The thing that gets to me is that like the hallways, they were empty, so I wonder if like school was closed or were they there early or something, because there was like nobody walking in that hallway besides them two. So school either had to be closed or they were there very early. Goes to show you, man, like I said, it doesn't matter how old you are, bro. People want to do some evil things, man, they're going to try to find a way to get it done, bro. Unfortunately, that's what happened.
Mutations. This is Johnny X. He had a condition called caudal regression syndrome, which basically meant he had no lower body. He worked as a sideshow performer in circuses back in 1930, and he actually played Goonie Bird in the original Tarzan movie.
3 dark psychology facts.
What the hell? I didn't know he'd be born without the lower half and he survived, bro. Scratching my damn head, man. Never knew like that was something even freaking possible, bro. They say he played Goonie in the freaking original Tarzan movie. I guess the old version, bro. I wonder if have any more. Pretty sure yeah, some more people I guess were born with his condition, man. Just I've never seen him before, man. Like I said, bro. These videos, bro, expanding my knowledge base, bro. That's one thing, man. I appreciate these videos, what they do for me, man.
There's an extremely high probability that a stranger has looked at you and thought about killing you without you even knowing it. The person you first look at when you enter a room is the person you feel most threatened by. When you spend 10 minutes in front of the mirror in a dimly lit room staring at yourself, your mind gets bored and starts scaring you by making you see a monster with your face combination.
Really?
And they were both found dead. She must have been out of her head.
Oh my god, this is literally the dumbest man on earth. Hi, my name is Ethan, and here's everything you need to know in under 1 minute. On June 26, 2023, Patrick Profried and his wife were having an argument. Now, they had just had a baby that was only 3 weeks old, so the argument was early in the morning, which is understandable because they are suffering from lack of sleep and just a whole new adjustment. While Patrick's wife was holding the baby, Patrick entered the room holding a crossbow. The mood immediately shifted, and trigger warning, it's about to get dark. He allegedly raised the bow and shot at his wife. When he did it, accidentally hit his 3-week-old baby and his wife. He then pulled the arrow out of his wife and begged her not to call 911, but when she did regardless, he fled the scene. Thankfully, he was found and arrested and charged with second-degree murder and attempted, and his wife was okay. Unfortunately, the baby did pass away.
Man, bro. Did that to his own blood, man. His own freaking newborn baby, man. What the hell were they freaking arguing about, bro? That would possess him to get a crossbow and shoot it, and then just gonna ask his wife not to tell, or not to freaking call the police, man. Like after that act you just committed, you think she wasn't gonna do it, bro? I said these videos, man, that we watch, man, these people, man, they don't want to freaking take accountability, man, for their freaking actions, bro. It's actually, man, freaking insane, bro. How many of those freaking people we come across when we watch these videos? Never ceases to amaze me, bro. Edit. I gotta call it like I see it, bro.
The world's worst job, otherwise known as Shein or Sheen, however you pronounce it. Hi, my name is Ethan, and let's get right into this. Recently, I've heard a lot of rumors about how bad the Shein workers are treated each day, and honestly, nothing could have prepared me for what I learned. This all started in June of 2022 when a viral TikTok displayed articles of Shein clothing with handwritten messages stating, "Need your help." According to Brightly.eco, they state that the average Shein worker works 7 days a week in 18-hour shifts. They even found that some of the workers were seen washing their own hair while they were at work just to keep up with their personal hygiene. Not only do they work a lot, but they also make a base salary of $556 a month to make 500 articles of clothing each day. Let me know what you guys think.
That's freaking criminal, man. To think about it, like the clothes that we're wearing now, man, was made by those workers, like blood, sweat, and freaking tears, and they only getting paid that little, bro. And working that many hours, man. Ooh. It's like it's the simple things in life, man, that we don't freaking pay attention to, bro. What the hell, bro? They need to freaking go on. I guess can they go on strike or do something like that, man? I'm guessing they don't want to, because then they try to push back that maybe they like try to take away their jobs from them. That's the only way they had to freaking support their family. That's why they working that long, man. I mean, they freaking shifts, bro. Like they had them say they was washing their hair while they was there to keep it up their freaking hygiene, man. That shows you, I guess, how freaking grueling the conditions are, bro. Sometimes, man, that's why we gotta appreciate the freaking clothes and pants and socks and stuff we wear now, cause it all comes out of their freaking the hard work, bro. Out of their hard work and labor. It's the small stuff like this, man, you can't take for granted, bro. Expand my mind base.
Here are some things that you didn't know the real purpose of. Have you ever wondered why the bristles on your toothbrush are colored? This is to indicate that you should get a new toothbrush when the color fades. And have you ever wondered what the 57 is on the Heinz ketchup bottle? Henry Heinz thought that the number 57 was a cool number. So to make sure everybody knew which ketchup was his, he put 57 on all the bottles. And have you ever wondered what the small holes are in airplane windows? These are to help keep the windows from frosting up. And it regulates the air pressure inside the airplane. Have you ever wondered what those little bumps are on the highways? These are rumble strips put there to wake up sleepy drivers.
Scary.
That's freaking interesting, man. I never knew there was like little small freaking circles in that damn airplane window. Cause I thought that there couldn't be like, it had to be freaking sealed shut because you know we can't have that type of air pressure coming in through the windows. It makes sense, man. Now that I think about it, you said because it regulates, I guess, the air temperature inside the plane. Because imagine if it was like fully shut, I guess no air was coming through. It would kind of be like, it's like you're going to be cooking in like a freaking can, bro. I guess it has to be that small.
Three facts that will blow your mind. If you remember your dream when you wake up, then it wasn't a dream, it was a message.
I remember a couple of dreams, man, like so freaking well that I'm thinking that it was actually like a memory, bro. Comment down below, man, like has that ever happened to you guys? But like you remember a dream so well that you actually think like it's a freaking like memory or something, man. Because that happened to me a couple of times and I've always wondered like what does that mean, bro? It's like I can remember like it's a freaking memory, like it actually happened. And I think about it, he said it could be a message. That makes way more sense, man. Guess I gotta start paying attention to my freaking dreams more, man. I guess somebody's trying to tell me something, man. Okay.
The craziest real event caught on camera. In 1982, during the filming of the Twilight Zone, the movie, a stunt helicopter was hovering 25 feet above Vic Morrow and two child actors. When pyrotechnic explosions damaged the helicopter, causing it to crash, killing all three instantly.
This Mackenzie Shirilla situation is wild. There's this 19-year-old Ohio teen who last summer was driving in a Toyota Corolla with her boyfriend Dominic Russo and his friend Davian Flanagan. And then when the car turned onto the road, it suddenly accelerated, jerking left and right until it barreled head-on into a brick wall at 100 miles per hour. When first responders arrived, the two men were pronounced dead. At the scene, Mackenzie was found unconscious and trapped inside the mangled car. But instead of getting hit with manslaughter charges, she got slapped with multiple counts of murder. And that's because prosecutors alleged that this was no accident, saying that she actually crashed the car on purpose because she was trying to kill her boyfriend with whom she had a tumultuous relationship and that his friend was just collateral damage. With them pointing to evidence like a computer analysis showing that she floored it without ever making an effort to slow down, going so fast her fuzzy Prada slipper was found stuck to the gas pedal. Plus, a few days before the crash, Mackenzie took the same obscure route, apparently plotting her crime. It's all that leading to this week where she was found guilty on all counts, and the judge saying she had a mission and she executed it with precision. And you can see her sobbing uncontrollably as the judge reads her verdict.
Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful.
Hey, bro, like you see her, she's speaking crying. So I'm like, you planned it. Like it says, she laid it out, but like you planned out the freaking full thing, man. And to hear like that she actually like planned that out like the day before, like she took that route, and I guess they planned out the specific time what to do, man. Like you said, she floored it, 100 miles, took out her boyfriend and his freaking friend, bro. He was just collateral. She didn't even care, bro. Try to end it all, man. Like I said, these toxic relationships, man. Why does sometimes people just step back and just say it's not working? We could just break it off before anybody else gets hurt. Like, it's that simple, bro. It's that simple, but I guess to other people, man, they just can't break that freaking bond with that other person because I guess it's too hurtful, it's too much for them. Crazy, bro.
Just hang on.
Did you know in the movie Scream, actor Skeet Ulrich almost got seriously injured while on set? And it happened in this scene right here when Sidney, dressed as Ghostface, stabs him with the umbrella in the chest. Ulrich had pads underneath his shirt, so when the umbrella stabbed him, it wouldn't hurt. But the second time he got stabbed, the stuntman missed the pad and actually hit his chest. His chest actually has metal wiring inside because he had open heart surgery as a child. Whenever the wiring gets hit hard or has intense pressure, it hurts a lot, and so his scream when he gets hit the second time was 100% real. The stuntman had hit that wiring and he fell to the ground and screamed. He was okay though, but they kept it in the movie because it was so authentic.
I've heard that freaking a couple of times, man. You know, movies like something like really authentic and real happens, man, like that it traumatizes. It's like the actual acting, but they keep it in there, man, because it's so real. Sometimes I question that. I'm like, do you guys think that's actually like the right move to do? I know like it gives off a great performance, man, but that person that's actually showing like legit pain or they're actually scared, but they keep it in there, man. I guess because they know it's gonna, I guess, sometimes make the most money, bro. It's gonna, I guess, shock the audience, man. That's what they really want because they know that's gonna bring them more money, man. Like I said, I mean, sometimes, bro, no, it can be the root of all evil, bro. Things that people would do to just to get some of that, it'll truly shock you.
This is the Pitbull video, one of the hardest cartel execution videos to watch. Explained. The video that I'm about to explain is extremely graphic and I don't recommend searching for it. The video begins with a man lying on his back on the ground and two men are holding his legs open. He's being restrained. And in total there is 5 perpetrators and 1 victim. And also 2 pit bull dogs. Apparently, this is the victim's punishment for allegedly doing something with a kid or to a kid. The victim is naked, and at the start of the video, the dog has done most of the work. The dog already ripped off the man's privates, and it's just a bloody mess. The dog continues to rip pieces of flesh off of where his privates used to be, and the victim is being held down, and he is also gagged, so he can't scream. But sometimes the gag came loose, and at this point you could hear the man scream in pain. The victim was even talking, but I couldn't translate it, but that means he was completely conscious during this, which I can't even imagine the pain. As a man, this might be one of the worst videos out there. Funky Town is bad, Ghost Rider is bad, but as a man, I can't imagine anything more painful than a pit bull ripping off your junk while you're still alive. Not many people mention this video with the other disturbing ones, but it's definitely up there. There's not any information about the victim after the video. I don't know if he died, but it's safe to assume he did. He lost a lot of blood, and if a dog eats your privates, you will most likely get an infection and die from it. All in all, this video is very graphic, very real, and very disturbing. Please do yourself a favor and never go searching for this video, especially if you're a man.
I never do.
Mississippi woman who killed boyfriend and locked his body in freezer denied appeal to overturn conviction. That is a crazy mugshot right off the bat. Why are you smiling so hard after killing somebody?
No remorse.
This is Samantha Simmons, and she killed Thomas Burns. After Thomas's wife died of bone cancer, he eventually moved on and met Samantha Simmons. However, he definitely was not over it. He would carry her urn everywhere he went. Eventually, Samantha Simmons and Thomas Burns moved in together in 2018, and neighbors stopped hearing from him all of a sudden. One of the neighbors that frequently had coffee with Thomas came over to ask where he was. Samantha Simmons said he moved to Texas, and the neighbor did not believe her at all because all of his cars were still there. They tried to file a missing persons report, but they couldn't because technically they weren't related. This is where things get crazy, and the neighbors turn into the Avengers here. They noticed the moving company came, and then the next day they noticed the house was empty with music playing on the stereo. They decided to go inside and check out what's going on in that house. They found a freezer with a sheet on it, so they broke that open. They had to use a crowbar to pick the lock and everything. That's where they found Thomas Burns' body in there. He was curled into a ball, placed in the freezer, next to a bunch of frozen food, too. He also had a bag over his head with zip ties all over him, too. The autopsy report estimated that he was still alive at the time that he was put into the freezer, and that he died by asphyxiation because of the bag over his head. And of course, after looking at the zip ties, they found Samantha Simmons' DNA all over it. She tried to say there wasn't enough evidence in court, as if she didn't have DNA all over his frozen body and the zip ties. Wild story. Let me know what you guys think about the story in the comment section below, and check out my YT, link in bio.
It's freaking actually, it's a freaking tragic case, man. Like I said, how was his friend that I guess he used to freaking get coffee with in the morning, how he had to be the one to freaking solve and crack the case, bro. Like when she said that he moved to Texas, he was not buying it, man. Like he actually broke into the house, bro. I guess to figure out what's going on, man. That's your true friend, bro. Somebody who actually cares about you, man. Always gotta have one of those around, bro. Like I said, like she this hair and that she put him in the freezer while he was still alive too. I thought he died, I guess, from the temperatures, but no, he died because passed away because of the freaking bag that she put over his head. Crazy, bro. Edit. Call it like I see it. Edit.
Now, a lot of people have been tagging me in this video, so I'm here to explain the backstory to this whole thing. This is the case of Lauren McCluskey. Now, the girl you see in this video was a 21-year-old college student in Utah. On October 22nd, 2018 at 9:55 p.m., she was found dead in her dormitory. She was shot 7 times. That afternoon, her ex-boyfriend waited for her outside her dormitory for several hours. She was on the phone with her mother at 8:23 p.m. when Melvin Rowland, her ex-boyfriend, confronted her. He violently dragged her across the parking lot in front of her dormitory, dropping all of her belongings. At 8:23 p.m., Lauren's father alerted campus authorities that his daughter was in danger. But around that time, it was already too late. Rowland committed slip and slide hours before killing McCluskey. The man who loaned Rowland the gun was sentenced to 3 years in prison. However, this didn't rest there. 2 years after Lauren's death, details started surfacing that campus ignored McCluskey in her claims of her ex-boyfriend stalking her and her life being in danger. It said that Lauren alerted campus authorities about her stalker ex-boyfriend, but they completely ignored her. The family ended up suing the university, and in exchange, the university paid them $14 million, but the damage was already done. That still didn't help the fact that the university ignored one of their brightest students who had scholarships to choose from. Like and follow for more.
This freaking crazy, bro. Goes to say, man, that's how sometimes black people, they truly just don't care, man, and how that can just affect everybody else around them, bro. Because she said she reported it, and they just didn't pick up on it. They just didn't care, man. That's to say, you always got to take heed, man, of somebody's words, bro. That if it's a situation that serious, man, how could you just freaking ignore it, bro? That's like literally, that's their job. The one thing they're there to do, and they didn't do it, bro. And it resulted in her freaking losing her freaking life, man. People nowadays, bro, they need to pay more attention, bro. Pay attention to the details.
Story behind this mugshot will disturb you. This is Randy Petersilge, and in 2018 he was arrested for murder. Randy was a career criminal who throughout his life had been in and out of the prison system a number of times. But in 2018, when he was arrested for murder, prison would become his permanent home. But who did Randy kill? Well, we have to go 17 years in the past and go back to the night when 41-year-old Simon Clark, a local father, was murdered. On November 28, 2001, police were called to a home that was under construction where they found the dead body of 41-year-old Simon Clark. At the time, he was found beaten to death with injuries to his chest and head. And shortly after they discovered Simon's body, authorities discovered a baseball bat that they believed was used in the murder. Now, what's crazy looking back at it is that way back in 2001, the authorities believed that Randy Petersilge could have been their guy. He was their lead suspect, but they didn't have enough evidence to arrest him, and so they had to cut him loose. Eventually, though, over 17 years later, the authorities showed up to Randy's front door and took him into custody. As it turns out, after all those years, a few witnesses had come forward and decided that they wanted to spill the tea on exactly what had happened that night. According to the witnesses, Simon Clark had been murdered over a money dispute. So Simon, on the night of the murder, had gone over to this house that was under construction because his friend had found out that he was paying this contractor that he hired $300,000 for $120,000 worth of work. So Simon, hearing this, told his friend that he'd go over and talk to the contractors, and keep in mind Simon was married with 2 children at the time. But when he showed up, he met Randy, and Randy flew into a rage and beat him to death. And as it turns out, the contractor that was hired to do that work on the home had been defrauding Simon's friend the entire time in order to buy narcotics. Thankfully, though, Randy was finally arrested and put into prison for this murder, where he's now serving a life sentence. And this mugshot has to go down in history as one of the creepiest I've ever seen.
So if you can look on his damn freaking face. People are like, damn, bro. That is one of the creepiest freaking mugshots I've ever seen as well, man. It took him that long, man, for justice to finally catch up to him, bro. Goes to show you, man, whatever deed as an evil deed is something that you think you're gonna get away with, you will get caught in that. YouTube, that's it, man, for this video for you guys today. Thank you guys. Tell me if you guys like this new setup. I'm rocking with it, man. Thank you guys, fellow seekers, who's been tapping in when I was running up and supporting the channel. Guys, I'm catching the next videos. I'm out. Peace, YouTube. What's up, seekers? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are brand new here, man, if you guys don't know what we do here, man, is we break down scary, creepy videos, man, on the net, on the web, from YouTube videos to IG reels, TikToks, anything weird, usual, unexplained, you can find right here on this channel. Like I said, I just want to thank the seekers, man, who's been tapping in with us, man, who's been subbed up to the channel. Really appreciate that, man. You're seeking the truth just like you. That's why you found this channel, man. Like I said, I'm kind of contemplating, should I do daily uploads, man? If you guys want that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you guys can let me know if you guys want me to do that. Found this video for you guys today, man. Let's check it out, seekers.
This photo shows 41-year-old Stephen Plattle marrying his 19-year-old daughter Katie, who is pregnant with his child. Katie had been previously given up for adoption after her mother Alyssa realized that Stephen was physically abusing their daughter. But in 2016, Katie, who's now 18 years old, wanted to reconnect with her biological parents and actually ends up moving in with them. But after some time, Alyssa realizes that her husband is acting very differently and is even starting to dress better. She decides to ignore this change in behavior until 2017, when Katie gets pregnant and the father is her father. Alyssa immediately divorces Stephen, and just 2 months later, he and Katie are set to get married and give birth to a baby boy. Both the parents attend the wedding and support the marriage until 2018, when Katie begins to see a different side of Stephen. But when she tries to end the relationship, Stephen suffocates their newborn baby and stuffs him inside of a closet. He then proceeds to shoot both Katie and her adoptive dad before turning the gun on himself.
And this is why you shouldn't.
That story is freaking so disgusting, man. Twists and turns, bro. Especially at the end, seekers, man. The freaking thoughts that be going into people's head when they be doing these acts, bro. I don't understand how they can even do that, man. And they heard that, like, the people, they was actually gonna show up to their wedding. I'm just like, nobody try to, like, talk them out of it, saying this is, can't do that, something, man. Seekers, we only freaking a minute 32 seconds in, man. That really threw me for a loop, bro.
Never kiss a baby on the lips.
This is a result of somebody kissing her on the mouth. When parents say not to kiss their children, this is one of
reasons. This is a recent photo of 8-year-old Brie Lynn. She was born healthy, but as a baby, she was kissed on the lips by someone who had a cold sore, and her life changed forever. So after this happened, she began having seizures and became extremely sick. And since as a baby, your immune system is not developed, the HSV infection attacked her brain and left her with a severe brain injury. Her mother explains that the left side of her brain is 60% damaged and the right side is 10% damaged. And because of this, Brie Lynn has never been able to walk or talk, and doctors don't even know how long she'll live. There was actually another child in the past who had the same thing happen to them, and they only lived until the age of 7. And here's the thing, many people can argue that they've kissed their baby and nothing like this has ever happened, but this is still very possible, especially if you have a contagious virus in your system. I mean, just to be safe, we should all avoid doing this.
Scary facts.
Yeah, I didn't even know something like that could freaking happen, because you know, obviously you see people kiss their babies and things all the time. Seekers, I'm guessing, man, like, you don't think something bad would happen, you're kissing your baby, man, but that's freaking true. Like, you know, baby immune systems, they're way different than ours, because we have a fully developed one. Theirs just starting out, man, and that was the result, bro. I wonder if he can kiss their baby, man. I was like, bro, shit, we gotta dig into that case, bro. We gotta figure out who, like, freaking caused that, bro. Man, that's scary to think about, bro. Like, every single time you kiss that baby, there's a chance something can freaking go horribly wrong, Seekers. It's the small things we don't think about.
You wish you never knew. It's very uncommon, but there have been many cases of people's intestines being ripped out from vacuum toilets on airplanes. So make sure to always stand up before you flush. A 58-year-old man living in Japan alone started hearing strange noises at night, and things around his house started moving around. So he decided to install a hidden camera and found out a woman had been living in his attic and cupboard for over a year. And the scary part is when he was checking the footage on his couch, she was actually in the cupboard right next to him. TikTok has a secret emoji. Type drool with the bars around it and see what you unlock. Until 2004, it was assumed the giant squid was only a myth, meaning there could be a handful of sea monsters we have yet to discover roaming the depths of the ocean. People with blue eyes are more likely to experience sleep paralysis more than anyone else. Now you can check if your phone activity is being monitored. Just click on share, slide to the very end and click more. And if any unknown apps appear before your contacts, delete them immediately. In 2013, Zac Efron was running through his house with socks on when he slipped and smashed his face so hard on his granite counter. It shattered his jaw and almost ended his life. He was knocked unconscious, and when he woke up, half his chin was hanging off his face. People then accused him of plastic surgery, but Zac Efron claimed that his cheek muscles overgrew to compensate for the muscles that were permanently damaged from the injury. If you like and follow me, you'll get smarter every day.
Fascinating.
I never even knew that happened to freaking Zac Efron, bro. I mean, sometimes I go back and see the pictures. You could see something had, I guess, happened, but I never knew freaking horrific accident like that had happened, man. As people, they still be like freaking comparing his looks and stuff like that, man. To hear that what he went through, Seekers, bro. Like I say, you never know some of these stories, man. But to hear about the thing about the guy in the cupboard, bro. Like, how could someone be living in your house for a whole year, man? You don't even freaking notice, bro. That's kind of freaking insane to think about, man. Somebody could be in your house right there, bro. You don't even know. Hey, man, I gotta check out all my figured outs after these videos, man. Seekers, be aware, man. Check your house.
As fuck. Jeremy Meeks, the man whose mugshot was so sexy that it landed him a modeling contract while he was still in jail. He served 13 months, and shortly after his release, he walked in New York Fashion Week. Eric Money is the only player to score points for both teams in a single NBA game. When the Nets played the Sixers in 1978, he scored for the Nets before being traded to the Sixers in the middle of the game. In World War II, British soldiers used well bikes, a small motorcycle that could fit in an air canister and be dropped out of planes with a parachute. On New Year's Eve in 2020, a friendly soccer match was played between rival drug cartels. However, it quickly became not so friendly when the match ended ended with 16 deaths and 5 severe injuries. In the year 1996, Ukraine handed over all their nuclear weapons to Russia in exchange for a guarantee to never be threatened or invaded. In 2009, Burger King ran a marketing campaign called the Whopper Sacrifice. Basically, they give you a free Whopper for deleting 10 of your friends off Facebook. Facebook actually had to shut down the campaign because people were getting offended that they were unadded for a Whopper.
That Whopper Sacrifice thing at the end, bro. Could that be like a secret or darker meaning, Seekers, man? Like, you're really deleting, I guess, your friends and stuff over a sandwich, bro. For a Whopper at that Burger King at that? I just think that's like imaging or something, man, bro. The way the picture was just burning, man, just for a sandwich. My guess is it's just showing the extent people will go to just to get some free things. My tripping Seekers, or that's just people just doing something for a sandwich. What the heck?
English teacher down in South Florida, y'all. Damian Conte busted inappropriate contact with a 16-year-old student. What? Yup, check this video out. Make sure you follow True Crime with Megan.
Well, guys, here's another dirty teacher story. An English teacher has been arrested for allegedly committing sex crimes on a teenage student. Unbelievable. 35-year-old Damian Conte was arrested for unlawful sexual activity with a student or a minor and an offense against a student by an authority figure. He is behind bars as of yesterday, Tuesday, February 6th. This was after the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office say he committed sex acts against a student who was a student of his, actually. He was booked into jail on Tuesday night after authorities responded to a Burger King restaurant on Tuesday afternoon. This was regarding a report of possible unlawful sexual activity with a minor. At the restaurant, the teenage girl told deputies that she was having an inappropriate relationship with Damian. She also said that he was her teacher, but she did not want him to get in trouble. 2 detectives then made contact with Damian, who told them that he had been suspended from work that day on Tuesday. He did identify himself as an English teacher and said the girl was indeed his student. Reportedly, the two would communicate through text messages and Instagram, and they even talked on the phone. He was listed as a teacher at South Tech Academy in Boynton Beach, and that is in Florida. I should have said that earlier. The principal of that school stated that they are cooperating with law enforcement and that the investigation is ongoing and that she would not comment any further on the situation. This morning, a judge set Damian's bond to $300,000 and ordered him not to have contact with the school or the minor or any other person under the age of 18.
I am.
It's
Oh,
done.
you're so
All that was
traumatized. It
there.
makes me want to cry. You dumb motherfucker. I loved you. I loved you. I loved you.
Craigslist stories that should be wiped from our memory. Number 3, Michelle Wilkins. Warning, this is a really dark case. On March 18th, 2015, Michelle Wilkins, who was 7 months pregnant, responded to a Craigslist ad stating that they were selling baby clothes in Boulder County, Colorado. She arrived at Danelle Lane's home where they talked about her pregnancy, and a little later on, Danelle lured her down to her basement, claiming that is where the baby clothes were. On their way down, that is when Danelle attacked her.
Hit her over the head with a lava lamp, which broke into stiff glass. She took a piece of the lava lamp, Michelle in the neck with it, and as was splurting from Michelle's neck, she choked her, pushed her down on the bed, held a pillow over her until she was unconscious, cut Aurora, the baby, out. Aurora then was and carried Aurora upstairs and laid her dead in the bathtub.
To everyone's shock, Michelle did survive this brutal attack, however, her baby did not. Danelle, with tears filling her eyes, was sentenced to 100 years in prison, and honestly, that is exactly what she deserves.
This boy suffered a botched...
What the hell, bro? That's like one of the most demonic cases I ever heard, man. Person come over some folks to get some baby clothes with their unborn baby, man. She just wants to cut her baby out. Like, what was the freaking motive behind that, man? As I said, Seekers, bro, like, if you're buying stuff online, communicating with a person online, bro, you always have to be careful, man, because you never know, bro. Like, when she told him to go downstairs in that basement, nah, bro, if you're gonna do that, bro, you have to do something at a public place, man. so the exchange could be freaking public. So they try to do some weird stuff, there's people around, so you know they won't even, well, some people still might do it, but I guess it significantly lowers the chances of them trying to do something like that, bro. Always gotta be prepared, Seekers.
Circumcision and was raised as a girl for 13 years. In 1965, David Reimer was born a boy along with his brother in Winnipeg, Canada. But at 8 months, he suffered a botched circumcision and unfortunately, his genitals were accidentally burnt off. While his twin brother was fine, David's damage could not be fixed. So David's parents consulted with Dr. John Money and he suggested that David undergo sex reassignment surgery and be given hormones and instead be raised as a girl. His parents took the advice and changed David's birth name from Bruce to Brenda. Dr. Money believed that David could be easily raised as a girl despite being born as a biological male. The doctor even told David's parents to never tell him or his twin brother what happened to him as a baby. As the twins got older, Dr. Money continued to see them for annual checkups, but it's been said that during these appointments, he would make them rehearse sexual acts as he photographed them. Throughout David's childhood, he rejected anything feminine and consistently showed masculine traits. By the time he reached 13 years old, he was suicidal and his mom realized that he wasn't happy being a girl. Soon after, David's father finally told him the truth and immediately he changed his name from Brenda to David. David then began taking testosterone and going through various operations to rebuild his genitals. But he continued to suffer from psychological trauma throughout his life due to Dr. Money's experiment, and not long after, his twin brother passed away. And sadly, at the age of 38, David committed suicide. A lot of people blame Dr. Money for David's death, but his defense is that it was the right thing to do at the time.
Seekers, what do you guys think about that, kids? Is that the freaking right thing to do? He's gonna lie to something like that for freaking half his life and then he had to find out way older, but by then the damage was already freaking done, bro. Just saw like the freaking darkness and tragedy that failed that family and went to him, his brother, then to him. I'm just like, and he just gonna say, oh yeah, that was the right choice at the right time. I'm like, I think the truth is the freaking, it's very important, bro. But I guess he would have liked to know that. We're going through these people's heads, man. It just shows you, bro, the effects that lies can have on a person's life, bro. So it's literally like it can be life or death, bro. It's power in our words, Seekers, man. Remember that. Where's the sky? Edit.
Online dating going wrong. This little boy went to go meet up with a girl that he was online dating in real life, and sadly, she took his life. Arturo Pina was finally meeting up with a girl named Natalie Navarro. He was talking to her online for a while and wanted to take the relationship further, but she had other plans on her mind. She was planning on robbing Arturo with another male accomplice that was 21. His name was Yardy Martinez. But before we continue, meeting people online can be very dangerous, and I want all of y'all to stay safe out there. So please, before meeting up with somebody, you should always use publicdatacheck.com. Because I even use it all the time before I go on dates or even meetups with new friends. There are some wicked people out there. It allows you to do background checks on anyone and has even an unknown phone lookup so you can look up numbers always calling your phone that you don't have in your contacts. So don't forget to check out publicdatacheck.com to always stay safe. Back to the story. Navarro told police that she only talked to Yardy once, the accomplice, and had only met him the night of the incident. But authorities believe this was all planned and she's lying. Do you believe her? Rest in peace to Arturo. The two are now arrested and their court cases are currently pending. This is...
Man, when he was getting out the information, bro, it's freaking crucial, man. I didn't know something like that freaking existed, bro. I'm about to freaking look up some people with Seekers, man, because like I said, bro, this online game you doing, meeting people, man, that's freaking, it's a risky game, bro. You always gotta do something with public or something, man. Just don't say, oh yeah, there's gonna be eager, say, yeah, we're gonna meet up or link, because you never know, bro, what they have in mind. Like he said, there's some wicked people out there, Seekers. So you just always have to be prepared, man. Ooh. Some of you guys are gonna be using that website, bro. Check people out. I know
It's what our parents warned us about. It's terrifying to think that a real human actually went through this. Angela Hammond was a mother from Clinton, Missouri, and in 1991 she was at a grocery store. And you know, back then the general public didn't have cell phones, so she went to the payphone to call her fiance Rob. Rob says the conversation was going normal, but then Angela had said that there was this weird car that kept circling her and like driving around. So Rob, doing what any normal boyfriend, fiance, husband would do, was like, get out of there, just go home, we'll talk later. So I guess that Angela thought they had left, and so they continued talking, but then Angela says he came back. Then he hears her say something that I'm sure will haunt him for the rest of his life. She says, oh my God, what am I gonna do? He then hears Angela scream, and then he hears silence. So Rob panicked, not knowing what to do. He knows he could call the cops, but it may be too late. He hops in his car and drives across town to go find Angela. So while on his way there, he hears someone screaming his name from a car going the opposite direction. So Rob hits a U-turn, he sees a pickup truck, and in a terrible twist of fate, Rob chasing down this car when his transmission goes out, and Angela is never seen or heard from again.
Hi, I'm Cam. This is 1 Minute Murder Part 2.
It's in
On
the
December
same
1st,
case.
1991, Omama frantically knocked on her ex-boyfriend Jose's door and explained that her husband had attacked and raped her, forcing her to kill him in self-defense. She begged him to help her dispose of the body, promising him $75,000 and 2 motorcycles for his help. Jose calmed her down and told her to wait for him at her apartment. As soon as she left, Jose called the police. Trigger warning, the details I'm about to go into are very gruesome and brutal. When police arrived on the scene, they walked into what seemed like a nightmare. There were bags of organs in Bill's red Corvette, trash bags filled with pieces of limbs, blood on the bedroom mattress, and a skinned human torso hanging from some clothes hangers in the bathroom. Mama insisted to police that the human remains were the aftermath of a person Bill had killed and that he was away on a business trip in Florida. The story was quickly shot down when they found Bill's head in the freezer wrapped in aluminum foil. Neighbors had told police that they had been hearing Bill's garbage disposal grinding for days. Not only was Bill's head in the freezer, it had burns consistent with having been thrown in a vat of boiling oil. His hands were found in a fryer mixed with turkey bits. Mama told psychologists she had cooked Bill's ribs and dipped them in barbecue sauce. She said that nothing was sweeter than her husband's flesh. 100 pounds of Bill's corpse still remains unaccounted for.
Ooh, she ate that? Oh man, what the hell was going through her mind? Was it like a long case seekers?
You are guilty for the deaths caused by your son's murder. That is what a jury just told Jennifer Crumbley, convicting her on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter related to a school shooting committed by her then 15-year-old son back in 2021. You know, there's been a lot of anticipation about this ruling, not only just to see what's going to happen to Crumbley specifically, but because this was widely seen as a precedent-setting case. Right? The argument that a parent can be held responsible criminally for their kid's shooting spree has been described as a novel and unusual legal theory. And so now that we've seen this play out here, we may see more of this in the future. Not just also with the shooter's father, James Crumbley, who's going to trial with an identical set of charges next month. And so with this now setting precedent, it's important to remember the specifics. Where the Crumbleys bought the gun for their son used in the shooting as a gift just days before the attack, with them giving him access to a firearm despite his mental health struggles. They then also ignored numerous alarming warning signs, including on the day of the shooting, teachers finding a note that he had left with a drawing of a gun, someone being shot, and the words, "The thoughts won't stop, help me." There were some damning texts involved here. You had the Crumbleys, yes, meeting with the counselors, but then refusing to take their son home for the day. Also, notably with Jennifer and James having separate trials. Jennifer's lawyers actually tried to argue that her husband was responsible because he improperly secured the gun, but the jury just didn't buy that. And so now we'll have to wait to see what happens to Jennifer, because she faces up to 15 years in prison for each count. Though there, she'll reportedly be able to serve each concurrently. But follow to stay in the loop.
Man, like you said, that case was going to freaking set precedents, bro. That's like the first time I ever heard of it, man. They're getting freaking held by what they freaking son did, but it sounds like they were in on it too. It sounds like it was a whole freaking big plan. They freaking secured that for him, stuff like that. Ignoring the signs is like, what did you expect was gonna happen, man? And you didn't think there's gonna be any consequences to the action seekers? If you can get convicted of something, man, going forward, that's might be the new norm going forward, seekers. I'm definitely gonna have to check up on that.
You may have heard about this story, but I don't think you know how dark it is. In October of 2011, a man intentionally cut open the cages of 56 wild animals he was keeping in his backyard, unleashing them on his town. But let's talk about why it happened and the man who did it. And if you don't want spoilers, this week's episode is all about people that try to own exotic and wild animals and their deadly consequences, so you don't want to miss it. So in October of 2011, people in Zanesville, Ohio started calling 911 when they saw lions and tigers in the woods. Police already knew about Terry Thompson, who lived in the area and kept wild wild animals in cages on his property, including lions, tigers, other big cats, bears, baboons, you name it. But in Ohio at the time, there technically weren't any laws against that. So though Terry was keeping these animals in horrible conditions, he wasn't really doing anything wrong. So the police go to Terry's property to check out what's going on, but when they get there, not only do they find that Terry had taken his own life, but he had cut open all of the cages of all of his animals before he did it. And to make matters worse, he had surrounded himself with raw chicken as if he was trying to entice the animals to come eat him. The police ultimately were able to locate him because he was being consumed by one of his tigers. So this guy John actually worked with Terry, and he said that the night before this happened, Terry received a letter suggesting that his wife had been having an affair. But that's our best guess as to why this happened, but ultimately 49 of his 56 animals had to be put down by the police. And lastly, and probably most disturbing of all, when the coroner's report came back on Terry, they found that his genitals were missing. And it was unclear if that happened before or after the tiger got him.
This is by far...
Man. Yeah, I'm about to say, how the hell did he get access to all those freaking exotic animals, bro? It's like he just had a freaking... just catching them one by one, bro. Freaking, because it was a law, I guess no laws, and Ohio was a loophole, man, so he can keep all those animals. But to he freaking unleashed it in the wild, bro, that's gonna have some freaking consequences, I guess, to the damn ecosystem. Because he said he had tigers, lions, bears, like what the hell? And that last part, man, freaking chillness, and one of them might have freaking eating his general. I don't even like to think about that Seekers, man. All because I guess his wife was having a freaking affair. That affected him, man, made him do the unthinkable, bro. People's actions, man. When they do terrible things, bro, it's like an effect, bro. It affects everybody else if you do some terrible actions, Seekers. Always keep that in mind.
One of the worst cases in human history, and this is a massive trigger warning. This is the murder of Christine Siluan. She was from the Philippines and was a volunteer in church, and she used the church every day from 4 to 6 p.m. On the day of her murder, she went to church as per her schedule, but she didn't come home after that. Her parents then started to worry, and they began searching for her with their neighbors. And what they found was absolutely horrid. They found her body in a farm where half her skull was sliced like a piece of pizza, and her face was literally skinned down to her skull. Also, her brain was completely destroyed by acid. The police then started investigating, and they checked the cameras and found out that she was with a guy. The people started protesting about this case, and the case was given to special officers. They had a lot of pressure on this. A week before this happened, Christine broke up with her boyfriend, so the police took him into custody. And he was proven he was home all day when she was murdered, but officers were completely tired of this case, and they then sentenced him as the murderer. But after a few months, a thief was caught in a store where he confessed he murdered and raped Christine. He said he started talking to her on Facebook with a fake account and was using fake photos of another guy who was pretty good looking. Christine fell for the guy, and she assumed that he was about 20 years old, and they started texting daily. One day, they both decided to meet up at 6 p.m. near the church she went to. But upon arriving, Christine noticed that this was not the guy she was talking to, and this guy was around 40-ish years old. She then refused to talk to him and tried to go back, but he held her hands extremely forcefully and then took her far away from town and raped her repeatedly. He then put iron rods inside her personal organs and then cut her face in half and then skinned her whole head down to the skull. And to make it even worse, he put acid inside of her head. The autopsy also revealed that her tongue, trachea, esophagus, parts of her neck, and right ear were missing. The self-proclaimed killer of this case, named Rene Tolanas, said that he used barber-type scissors and stabbed her 30 times on different parts of her body and skinned her face. Christine Siluan was only 16 years old, and this case is extremely haunting. There's a picture of her body in the field they found her on, but Google did a really good job of not showing it and hiding it. So even if you do go looking for the picture, I don't think you're going to find it. This is one of those cases that after you get done reading about it, you just feel some sort of uneasiness. I feel so bad for Christine's family, and I can't imagine finding my daughter in this state. May Christine Siluan rest in peace.
Another true crime story.
Those freaking catfishes, bro. Man, when you talk to, like I said, I know I've been saying this repeatedly, man, when you talk to somebody online, bro, you never know, man. It's because it's just so easy to manufacture like a fake life online. You can literally become like a whole completely different person. Like, think about that. Like, online, you can literally make yourself become a different person. All you have to do is just find the right pictures and stuff, just type in the right things, and boom, new person, new identity. It's actually kind of freaking scary that you can even do that. Suitcase, man, tell me if you guys have been catfished before.
Story of how they were caught. In Lubbock, Texas, a man noticed a suitcase while working at the landfill. He decided to open it up and saw a body in the fetal position. She appeared to be badly bruised and beaten, and she had a tattoo of the name Summer on her ankle. Police would determine the cause of death was asphyxiation, and they found through fingerprint records her name was Summer Lee Baldwin. The suitcase did not contain fingerprints, but police were able to find a tag and contact the manufacturing company, who said that this suitcase was only sold in Walmart stores. The UPC on the bag tracked to a specific Walmart store, which showed a man at about 3 a.m. on the day of the crime purchasing the bag along with some latex gloves. A credit card was used in the purchase, which came back to a man named Rocindo Rodriguez. They tracked his card to a gas station, which happened to be near a Holiday Inn that he stayed. Police would go into his hotel room and find blood on the carpet, the box spring, and the sheets. Police also found a trash can in the hallway that contained a Walmart bag and latex gloves in that bag. Police found him taking a selfie of him getting onto a bus back to San Antonio, and cell phone records showing him going back to his family's home there. Latex gloves police found had Summer's DNA on the outside, and on the inside had his DNA along with her DNA. He would deny involvement, and police would search his computer and find something even more sinister. Police found the suspect was in online communication with Summer and had also been searching news articles about the woman. Furthermore, police uncovered communication online between him and a 16-year-old girl named Joanna Rogers. Police were now suspecting that the suspect was involved in another crime with another woman. Joanna had disappeared 18 months earlier and had left her phone, keys, clothes behind and had just disappeared. Phone records would show Rocindo making a phone to the family's landline the night of that crime. Police learned that the family's trash went to the same landfill as the first victim, so they started organizing a search to search it. After several months of searching, a backhoe would uncover another suitcase which would contain Joanna's body. Dental records would confirm the identity of Joanna. More DNA from Summer's rape kit would come back to Rocindo. Rocindo was sentenced to death in Texas and executed, and that was how he was caught.
Man, bro. He was on the freaking, he was doing that freaking multiple times, man, without freaking getting, freaking caught. I finally caught up to him at the end, man, with the freaking landfills, bro. But he just freaking put the, no freaking respect, just gonna put the body in the damn suitcase and just throw them in the freaking landfill like they was trash, bro. They're the human beings, man. That's what doesn't go through these people's heads when they do the acts, bro. You're affecting somebody's life. Secrets, bro. These cases, man, like I said, they be expanding my mind when I watch these with you guys, bro. We seeking the truth out here, man. That's where you found us.
Boy comes home with baby. Mom is shocked when he says, "I'm sorry, I had to do it." Sarah was washing dishes when she heard a knock on the door. To her surprise, when she opened it, she found her 8-year-old son Max standing outside, holding a baby. She asked Max, "What are you doing?" Initially, Sarah thought it was a doll. But upon closer inspection, she realized it was a real baby. With a firm tone, she asked again, "Whose baby is this?" Max began to tremble, tears rolling down his face. "Mom, I'm really sorry, but I had to do this," Max replied, his voice shaking. Feeling confused and panicked, Sarah quickly took the baby from Max's hands and inspected it carefully. "What happened, Max?" Sarah tried to keep her voice calm. "I was playing in the park and someone approached me," Max explained. "They gave me the baby and told me to take care of her. Then they ran away. I didn't know what to do, so I brought her home immediately." Sarah knew how dangerous it was for a child to be entrusted with a baby, and she couldn't believe someone would do such a thing. It was a serious matter. Sarah immediately called the police, waiting for their arrival. About an hour later, the police arrived. They took the baby and Max's statement, promising to investigate who left the baby with him. However, Sarah and Max did not hear any updates from the police. Worried about the baby being in potential danger again, Sarah felt that Max hadn't told her the whole story, so she decided to take matters into her own hands. If you'd like to continue the story, you can reply with "baby."
Man, we gotta find part 2 to that story, bro. Yeah, that somebody just freaking handed a kid and said, "Here, take the baby," and just ran off. Like, what the hell was going through that person's mind, bro? Out of all the people you left a baby to, you left it to a kid. Man, but we gotta find these part twos to these stories, bro, so we can finish them up. Seekers, promise you I'm gonna find those part two for this one for you guys. Seekers, that's it, man, for this video for you guys today. If you stay with me to the end, you're a true seeker, man, seeking the truth. So I really appreciate that, man. Guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, man, hit that post notification bell, man. Like I said, guys, comment, man, if you can daily upload Seekers, man, if you guys want me to do that, because I'm kind of trending towards that. I think towards the end of the month more, I'm trying to build up to daily uploads. I really appreciate the support, guys. We're gonna grow the Seekers out, man. We're gonna grow this community. I'm out. Peace, YouTube.